John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. Thanks for joining us.
Give me a second to get this reset up.
She was so cute.
We're in the 7th with nobody out.
MLB Marte.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Reds, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Just look at how the ball's coming off their bats, and to me it's fun playing defense at this level. They've got 7 hits at 90+ miles per hour exit velocity, so you got to look alive out there.
Frazier on to first in time. That's the first out, the top of the 7th. Nelson in the box now. No balls and a strike. Strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
One down, base is empty. Foul ball still 0-2. Righty to the plate. Going to count 1-2. And now 2-2. 2-2 now. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Now the third baseman, Ellie De La Cruz. And it's fouled away. And a pitch. Outside. And that one just missed off the outside edge. And a 2-1 on the way. Out to short. Mateo on the run. Throw to first. Wide throw pulls him off the bag, and the inning still alive. Jay Allen, the next to hit. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike.
Well, hello there. You know where I get that from, right? Okay. I'd have been very upset if you just said no. Just saying. How are you, my friend? Eating fresh, huh? Now, see, you're going to find this odd. My dad finds it odd. I like pizza, right? I like tacos with the Mexican cheese. But no, you'll understand where I'm going here in a second. So I can do tacos with the Mexican cheese. I can do pizza, obviously, with cheese. But like when it comes to subs or hamburgers, if it has cheese on it, can't eat it. It makes me gag. And my dad's like, what difference does it make? You eat cheese on one thing, like, or like everybody, like everybody I know likes macaroni and cheese. I tried it once as a kid, didn't like it. Hamburger helper? Nope. I am streaming, by the way. I'm finishing the game from this morning. Can't believe I'm losing to the Reds. Believe it or not, their record's over 500. It's probably because they have It's probably because they have all of their hitting prospects up in the majors. Yes. In honor of Amos, right. Gotcha, so you're all franchise out. No, it's just kidding. I am curious. I'm very curious because last year he wasn't in the game, but he got hired like late in the offseason a little bit. I wonder if Buck's actually in the game this year. Because Showalter wasn't in the game last year. It was a generic manager. Did you see the trade I accepted earlier today? I traded Pete Alonso. Yep. McCann can. I'm excited for tonight's Orioles game. It's Grayson Rodriguez versus Shohei Ohtani. Now, is it an unrealistic expectation to expect Grayson Rodriguez to outduel Shohei Ohtani? Yes, it is. Whereas, you know who Finn is on YouTube? The guy who does all the Philadelphia streams, he calls him Bruce Hooper. Don't ask me why. You know, I forgot to tell you too. I was watching The Phantom Menace last night, and Qui-Gon was right. The ability to speak is not an indication of intelligence. Now, do you know who he said that to? Jar Jar Binks. Right after he saves Jar Jar and Jar Jar starts following them around, Jar Jar's like, Misa speaking to you, ain't I? And he's like, the ability to speak is not an indication of intelligence. Do you know how many people in my life I'd love to say that to?
Next offering popped in the air, right field. McCann makes a nice running catch. 2 outs.
Is it Alcantara or is it Alcantara?
For Cincinnati. Jake Free
Okay, because
takes low for ball 1.
I'm going to have some tough decisions for my keeper to make.
Now a look to third. No swing. Next one misses. Ball 3. And a 4-pitch walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with the
Myers stands in now and watches strike 1. That's in there. 0-2 now. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And that'll do it. Reds leave 1. They hang on to a 1-run lead.
Come on, I really don't want to lose to the Reds. I'm trying to play better and get my record back above 500. Or at least close to.
any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got.
He's got.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Alexis Diaz loosening up for manager David Bell. Yeah, big swing miss.
I wish they had connected franchise so we could all do a franchise together.
Bounce to the right.
What? Yeah.
Here's Adley Rutschman. He's already homered here in this one. First offering.
Oh yeah. When I was saying we, I was thinking of the idea like if Gabe had the game, like I know Amos has the game, but it would have to be cross-platform, obviously. Well, Diamond Dynasty's cross-platform. Well, no, their custom leagues aren't even in the game anymore. And when they... Huh? You are?
Line drive to short and caught. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Fastball in for a strike. Strike 1. Next offering misses down and away.
Weren't you in spring training when we talked the other night?
Fly ball to right. Makes the play and it's out number 3.
That was the one thing I used to hate about NBA 2K. I'd be playing a game and all of a sudden an update would come down and it would just sit there on the screen until I left my game and went to do the update. It's like, really? Like, I can't dismiss this and come back to it after I'm done the game I'm doing? You have to literally sit there until, like, you know what I mean?
Makes the play. 1 down. The shortstop, Noel Marte.
That don't surprise me. I literally... Ep doesn't believe me, but I think Buck Showalter's going to get fired. I don't necessarily want him to. I mean, I love Buck. The Orioles had some of the best years. You know what I mean? Orioles had some great years under Buck. I love Buck, but the game may have passed him by.
This one popped up. Mateo has a beat on it. And what's the squeeze on that?
Yeah. We're not going to talk about that.
Alexis Diaz. He last pitched 2 days ago.
We're not going to talk about that. Just like we're not going to talk about how some young, in his mid-20s, tied it up in the bottom of the ninth. Wave it bye-bye, Austin Hayes. Yeah, I'm going to occasionally, I don't know if it's going to be something I'm going to do often, but I want to mix it up a little bit, you know what I mean? And like I said, as I told Amos, as far as thumbnails, I'll just grab a picture of whoever the player is off of Google and use it, you know what I mean? You know what inspired me of the idea? Think about this, 3 or 4 years from now, in the AL East, you'll have Wander Franco, Jackson Holiday, Volpe, and Bo Bichette if he stays with the Blue Jays, and potentially Marcelo Meyer for the Red Sox. That's a lot of talent in one position. I plan on doing a career sim for all of those guys. Because of the wonderful things he does.
Swing and a miss, and a count 1-1. Trying to keep good speed off the bases. Next pitch misses. Down 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm sure John Means doesn't have the highest rating because he's recovering from Tommy John. You know, usually they put the injured players in single A. No. He probably won't be off the injured list until after the All-Star break, probably 3rd week of July, maybe at the latest early August. Right now, last I heard. Yeah, that's because he was. That's the other thing. When they won't preset the injuries for you for franchise mode, but they'll take all the injured guys and take them off the 40-man roster and put them in single. That's why I said they usually put them in single A. I'm surprised he's in Triple A. I think that Adley Rutschman video was an hour long, and I'll be honest with you, I was going to go until he retired. Oops. My apologies. That wasn't Austin Hayes that hit the home run. It was Adam Frazier. Yeah, but I had intended on going all the way till Adley retired. But it got to a point where he was 41 years old, hadn't retired yet, but he also was sitting on the free agent list for 2 years. Like he hadn't played in the league for, and I was like, yeah, and I was just like, well, I'm not going to keep going, just waiting for him to, you know. I mean, granted, I technically should have done it just so I could see if he made the Hall of Fame, but his numbers he wasn't, with the numbers he got, he wasn't going to make Hall of Fame. I don't know if you saw the picture I posted with his final stats. It was fairly comparable. It was fairly comparable to what Joe Mauer did in his career. which is fair because Joe Mauer is the guy that he's always compared to. I don't even know who either one of those two people are. I'm hoping we traded for the starting pitcher and not the catcher. They better have got somebody good for two of their top prospects. That's it? Why? I don't care. Like... I hate this game sometimes. Can't ever... Okay. Speaking of Aaron Savali, when is he supposed to be back? I just walked it off. Oh, I would love that if I was the Cubs.
As the Orioles win this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shannon. We'll see you soon.
Wow. Yeah, baby. Anthony Saunders sustained an injury, flexor strain. Should I just keep him active and keep him on the bench, or put him on the 10-day DL, give him some rest? Yeah, but you don't really can't use him. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to call up one of our top prospects. Give me Colton Cowser. Ooh. Well, that's problematic. So who do I... Gabe, I'm glad you're here. I need your opinion on something. Are you able to come in voice chat, or do I have to ask you through stream chat? What do you... Yeah, come in voice chat real quick, if you're on PlayStation. Why do you hate Zach Plesac? but I. Hello, Gabe. So, I need, and this is ironic that this happened because we were sort of just talking about this. So I just had to put in the game. I just had to put Anthony Santander on the 10-day DL with a flexor strain, right? So, $1 million question, and you know what I'm going to ask? Do I call up Kyle Stowers, or do I call up Colton Cowser? So you're saying call up Cowser? Okay. I did not realize that Darwinzon Hernandez is not on the 40-man roster. So your vote is for who? So you're saying give the young fella a shot. Add him to the 40-man, you say. So were you watching my stream when I was still playing that game with the Reds? No. Yeah, about 10 minutes ago. Did you see the walk-off? Oh. Yeah, you missed the walk-off. What's up, Frog? It's a party. There's 4 of us now. He's not a crowd person. Um, do you want me to be honest? Do you want me to? Um, Probably not. So doing that, I forgot to tell you, doing that, um, what are you saying no to, Travis? Doing that, career sim of Adley kind of messed me up because I went into the mode specific options and I set everything to auto, but I thought it would just set the auto just for that save. It changed everything to auto for my Orioles franchise. So they added a bunch of people to the 40 man that I didn't want on the 40 man, so now I had to take them off the 40 man. And I'm going to end up losing people I didn't want to lose. I can see it now. Well, the one I'm worried about is Caden Grenier and Darwinson Hernandez. So you were saying give the ball to Colton Cowser. That is what you are saying. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to plop him right in the starting lineup. I'm not gonna have him batting cleanup though. He is going to go much lower in the lineup. I'm working that out now. Well, no offense, Gabe. I hope Brian is the best man because I need you to. I need you to lose. Why? Because we're in the same division and I'm a competitive person and I want to win. I haven't looked. Don't pressure me, okay? I'm under a lot of pressure. No, just kidding. I'm kidding. Well, we're going to get a rookie debut. He's from Texas. I hear everything's bigger there. But then when I was there, everything looked normal size. Stowers? I don't care that Oakland just claimed Tucker Davidson. He's not even on the Orioles roster. No, he's not even on the Orioles roster. That's one of the moves the computer made. They claimed him off waivers from the Angels. Exactly. The only player I really don't want to lose are these two. And really, I like Logan Gillespie. Yeah. I haven't even listened to today's yet. Oh. You mean the mailbag one where he was talking about possible trade candidates? Eh. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting Eduardo Rodriguez back. Yeah. At the time, that was a great deal for us. Okay, why do you got to bring up like you are a very negative person today. You keep bringing up things I keep telling you not to bring up. Well, what did you think? We're not going to talk about that, Beans. I didn't. Do I have to spell it? Usually, when somebody says we're not going to talk about that, I'm just kidding. You know what? You know what, Gabe? We're supposed to be in a club. Oriole fans united against Brian. No, just kidding.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you joined
Yeah, thank you for that, by the way.
baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Sciambi. Here we go, Singy. The fans have been waiting for this major league debut for a
Colton Cowser.
year. There's a lot of hype around his talent.
What is his name? What is his number right now in AAA?
Yeah, this is the kind of game
I'm
that's
not,
going to be shared all over
cause
social media
cause
later
I'm not
tonight.
leaving it at number 76 unless that's actually his number.
Aware of this debut, and we're lucky enough to be at the stadium for it, so I'm excited to see what he's got firsthand. My advice to him would just be to soak it all in. Don't worry about the results. Don't worry about the expectations. Just really
It'd
enjoy
be the
this
Norfolk
experience
Tide.
because it only happens once.
So just about set now. And today's starting pitcher, Tyler Wells.
Mookie. He's 17.
Make it through the fifth inning of this top
Okay,
half of the
I'll
ball
change it
game.
after this game. I didn't even think to look at the jersey number.
Loss, but it's one of those you just have to shake it off. Come back
Ellie
the
De La
next day and try to
Cruz.
finish it.
Ready to go? Here's a speed threat, Ellie De La Cruz.
Going against
And looking
Gabe's
for the
favorite
first
pitcher,
strike.
Tyler Wells.
That's how this game gets started.
Do what?
Next offering is in for a strike.
Because I said he was.
Runner kicks, deals. A little bit low. It's a good toe.
I do. It's in my refrigerator holding my tea.
Foul ball left side. He'll see it later. 1-2.
Did you guys see the silly joke I put on my YouTube short this morning? How does 007 save money?
Next offering is foul back.
Bonds. Stocks and bonds.
And a 1-2. Popped in the air. Left side.
Oh.
Okay, let's check out the lineup. They do a lot of things well with this offense.
Did you?
Control the strike zone.
I like that, but did you see that, Brian, across the bottom of the ticker on my stream?
Well, what I love about it is it's an organizational
There was a trade between the Angels and the your Guardians.
trade. You see these guys even
They traded Aaron Savali to the Angels for Zach Neto.
approach book, and when you have that filtering through the organization, even when you call up a player, he steps right in.
I mean, this year.
With the pattern that they've established at this level, which ultimately leads to a lot of success.
One down, base is empty. Spoils the 2 another. Next offering is foul back.
So we excited for Shohei versus Grayson?
And now 1-2. You translate on base percentage, it's basically this. Teams that have a high on base percentage don't make outs at a very high rate. Joe Felix's MVP is the bounced out to short. Ortiz gathers and throws to first. Two quick outs in the top of the first here tonight.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup.
Jonathan India stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. In the air, out towards right center. Mullins in pursuit.
All the Mets do anymore is lose.
On the run. And that is the third out of the inning. And 1, 2, 3 runs.
It's like the Angels in the outfield. No matter who they play, they give the game away because
On the show.
they can't win.
Here's the second.
Oh, Hunter Green, he throws really hard.
Swing and a miss. And now it's even 1-1.
I remember that game. Wait a minute. You willingly went to Pittsburgh? Oh. I was going to say, I don't know anybody that would be willing to go to Pittsburgh. Second most beautiful park in baseball. I'm sorry, to me it will always be Camden Yards because Camden Yards set the standard for everybody else.
Orioles lineup put together by manager Brandon Hahn. It's been a real struggle for this group. And so a lot of empty swings and soft contact leads to not much scoring.
Yeah, the goal that I thought went for him with this lineup. Hey, these guys swinging this. I don't know exactly what it is. I mean, these guys are still professional hitters, but it's just been up and down the lineup this year, just swinging and missing. Clearly, they got to make some adjustments, major changes. Because these guys are good. Anyway, they continue to have the trouble they can count out.
The next offering misses, and the count is even 2-2. Drifts inside. The idea was
You have that much faith in Grayson, huh? Well, he's on my bench right now because I don't have as much. I don't have as much faith in him as you do, clearly.
the Orioles, Adam Frazier.
So, let me ask you, since obviously Grayson or Gunner's been struggling, but I got to imagine with all the walks he gets, he's still helping you with on base. He's still helping you with OPS, I guess, because he's still getting on base. He's not running like I thought he would. Matter of fact, I don't think... Does he have a single steal at all this year? Because when I drafted him, I was expecting a 2020 season, 20 homers, 20 steals. Now, the 20 homers may still happen, but I don't think he's run at all. I was actually very surprised. He's very fast. In this game, he's got a great speed rating, but he's got no base running aggressiveness.
And now the count is even.
I haven't seen the lineup.
Next offering is foul.
Okay, Mountcastle needs a day off. But they said in spring training they want Santander to because number one, most teams don't carry a backup first baseman, and let's face it, if we're being honest, if you can get Santander comfortable at first base, that they will send O'Hearn down or DFA him. You want Colton Cowser up in the majors, right? But hear me out. Hear me out. If you want Colton Cowser in the majors, they're going to have to do something because they're not going to take Santander out of the lineup. So Santander is either going to have to play DH, which is going to take time away from Gunnar or Ramon Urias, probably Urias, or Santander is going to have to occasionally spell Mountcastle at first base so then Cowser can play the outfield. Like, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, not... Number one, when I said every day, I mean an everyday player is not considered what Cal Ripken was when back in the day. An everyday player is somebody who plays 5 out of 7 days. My point is, and Brian backed me up on this, in general, when you have a top prospect in an organization, you don't call him up for him to sit on the bench. You're calling him up so he can be on the field. Okay, it might not be... Okay, forget about 5. It could be 4 out of 7. But my point is, you're not going to call up Colton Cowser and him only play 2 days a week. What good does that do Colton Cowser? What good does that do the Orioles? My point is, you're arguing something, but then you're making my point for me. Like, I'm not, oh my God. You're not arguing. I don't mean literally arguing. My point is, and like I said to you, you told me you want Colton Cowser up, or where do you put him? Now, if Austin Hayes had broke his hand when he got hit with in the hand last week, and he was out for a month or two, by all means, bring up Colton Cowser. Because then he's playing every day, and then by the time Hayes comes back, you can trade him, you know. Well, this is his first game at first base since spring training. So I think it's more about giving Mountcastle a day off than it is. Because I could be wrong. I think this is... I'm pretty sure this is Mountcastle's first day off all season. Oh. Then he's only a half day off in a way. Because he doesn't have to play. Yeah. Well, every player needs a day off. I mean, look, the days of a Cal Ripken in the world, nobody's gonna play every day like that again. Technically, as long as you get an at bat, it's considered. Actually, no. In order to be considered a full game, you have to be in the game until... So if you're the home team, you have to go into the bottom of the 5th. If you're the away team, it's the top of the 5th. For it to be considered a complete game, because when Cal broke Lou Gehrig's record, the game didn't become official until the bottom of the fifth. That's why, if you ever notice, with a rain delay, if the game is called by the umpires before the fifth, they make it up as part of a double header. If they call it after the fifth, they can, and oftentimes do, it'll just be a win for whoever's leading. It'll be a condensed game. He gone. That's the Chicago announcer, right? Oh, man. He's alive, right? Or I know the Seattle Niehaus died a few years ago. I always loved his grand salami call.
Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. And 1-2. Sitting off speed. And here it comes. Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself in the scoring position.
We got two national treasures left when it comes to baseball commentary. Bob Uecker and John Miller.
In his rookie season, only 20 years old. Usually in center field, but today starting in left. Top of the third.
I cried my eyes out when Ben Scully died. I don't care if you're not a Dodgers fan. If you can't sit there and listen to that man call a baseball game, you're not a baseball fan. I could listen to him read the news and just be at peace. For love of the game. He was the best part of that movie. Kevin Costner even said, and when they did his Ben Scully's big retirement ceremony, Kevin Costner was there, and he said he made that movie special. The cathedral that is Yankee Stadium belongs to a chapel. Even in a movie, he does classic lines. Base hit in his first at bat. That's not a surprise. They've been doing a lot of dumb things in recent years. Okay. For who? Nathaniel. Why do I feel like Nathaniel Lowe, that name should mean something to me? Okay. I get him and all the two Lowe's from Tampa confused. I mean, aren't two of the three of them related? I want to say two of the three of them are related. Not all three of them, but two of the three of them are. Somebody call 911.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
That's a funny last name. I am not going to be able to pronounce that's a great last name.
Struck him out looking.
Oh yeah, okay.
He's looking very confident with a strong shot.
I know who you're talking about because I've seen it.
Strikeouts, and they haven't been able to move that runner off quickly.
Now a fly ball to right center. Senzel on the move, and it hops over
Damn it.
the wall for an automatic double.
Why'd it have to be an automatic double?
Known for his rocket arm behind the plate.
Off the bat, I thought they were going to score their first run of the game. That feels like a tough blow.
That doesn't surprise me since he hit for the cycle.
Contact at the plate, and another home run. Not just one, but
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there.
3-run homer, Adley Rushman. Wave it bye-bye.
He'll circle the bases. It's 3-0.
well, not every home run is a majestic blast off the bat, and even though he hit it pretty well, it was anything but a sure thing to get out. But today, the conditions were right. He got just enough of it, and I think the backspin really helped that thing carry.
Here's Adam Frazier. And there's the strike. Hunter Green has a long way to go.
Oh, they brought Cart back?
Player from his high school. Mike Stanton went to Notre Dame High School in Sherman Oaks, California. Of course, now we know him as John Carlos Stanton. Foul ball, it stays
I mean,
pitch. That one misses. And that's ball one.
by the way,
Territory behind the plate.
by the way, Gabe, you got me dying over here. You said All-Star Bake, not break. You said bake. I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, he's got a bake sale going on.
3-0.
Well, we've known that for years.
On to the fourth. Jonathan Indy at the plate. The right-hander back to work. There's a strike.
Well, it's just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Next offer gets fouled back. And the pitch. Fights that one away. The count remains 0-2. The line to kick the pitch. And the count 1-2.
Just swinging at everything, and no need to challenge inside the zone.
I'll tell you what, the lack of trade logic is the only reason why I would ever consider doing a franchise with 30-team control.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Kicks and deals. Swings, fouls it off, and he breaks his bat.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. The line of the pitch. And a foul ball that stays alive. On the ground to first. And he handles it himself for the out. And the batter now is Joey Votto. And he's already singled in this game.
You didn't know they could fly?
In there, and it's 0-1.
So, in your two gentlemen's opinion, just because he's up at bat and much, Joey Votto, Hall of Famer or no?
Votto checks his swing, appeal to third, and he couldn't
No?
get back. He's rung up on strikes.
Wait a minute. The guy has a career 297 batting average with an OPS of 924, a WAR of 79, walk percentage of 15.6, almost 400 home runs, 2,100 hits. Okay. Okay. I'm just curious why.
That one hit to right. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down.
Okay.
At first, and now the center fielder, Nick Senzel.
You caught the stink bug.
That's in there. That's strike one. Next offering is fouled back. Hard ground ball, base knock. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. Now with two away. Here's the right fielder, Austin Hendrick. And that's in there for strike one.
And a strike. Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you'll be able to lean on.
Strike three, and that puts it strand a couple. They trail it here 3-0.
I did not realize that we actually got Cano in the Jorge Lopez trade. And there's a minor league pitcher that's pitching his you-know-what off in the minors for us. That's also we got in that trade. Povich, I think his name is. So between Povich and Cano, I think we did good for getting rid of Lopez, especially. I mean, Batista took over for Lopez, and we didn't miss a beat. That was pleasant.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Ripped on a line. Senzel snags it for the second out. And now, Ryan McKenna. As he waves at that one.
Who?
Got him swinging. Back now at Orioles Park. Ready now for the fifth inning. The batter will be the shortstop, Kevin Newman. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball one.
Well, he'll do better in the future. Well, you know what your problem is there. You should have hit the ball to third base and not shot it. We're having a happy holiday. Hey, freaking Pete Alonso got a hit. Most expensive singles hitter in baseball. I know he'll be off my team soon.
And that one is lifted in the air. Can't get there, base hit.
Run, Forrest, run.
bullpen to get warmed up.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say just because he's Clay's brother.
They make the play perfectly.
Next pitch is popped up. And there are 2 outs.
Okay, here's an interesting question, real quick, while we brought up Trace Thompson. Since he is on a team that is, still has decent chances of making the World Series, and everybody's acting like the sky is falling in Oakland, or in Oakland, and acting like the Golden State Warriors dynasty's over. More likely to win a championship again, Trace Thompson or Clay? Why you say just me? Gabe is a Orioles fan too. Hold on, my butt's in a chair. Go ahead. Probably wouldn't.
Racing makes the catch. So 1 left for Cincinnati. Still down 3-0.
Okay, we got Biggio, Chapman, and who? I mean, 2 out of 3 players. I mean, we don't really need a third baseman because we got Gunnar Henderson.
And he takes it himself for the out.
I mean, okay. What you're still in 2023?
The Cincinnati bullpen has some movement.
See, but I talked to you now. See, Gabe, I talked to you about this. I even said I could see a scenario where, especially with Mullins playing well, I could see a scenario where the Orioles, if they got a great deal, trade Mullins and turn center field over to Cowser. I'm talking about in real life. So you're telling me? Let me ask you. And for the record, before I even propose this, I'm not saying I would do this. You're telling me because, admittedly, the weakest part of our team is starting rotation, right? You'd agree with that, correct? Okay. So, purely hypothetically, okay? Let's say the Brewers call us up and say, hey, we just lost Garrett Mitchell. We need help in our outfield. If you give us Cedric Mullins and, I don't know, Westberg or Ortiz, we'll give you Corbin Burns. Now, it would suck to lose Cedric, but with Colton Cowser sitting right there, a guy who is a natural center fielder and is ready to be up in the majors, you're telling me you wouldn't do that deal? According to MLB The Show, it is. Now, I've never seen him play in real life. I haven't looked at his baseball perspectives, but I think it is, yes. Let's assume that his natural position is center field. You're telling me you wouldn't do that deal?
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Ortiz leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Or, okay, again, purely hypothetically, let's say Jack Swinsky gets hurt in the Pirates again tonight, right? Pirates dial us up, and this one is really hypothetically because this would never happen. Even as I'm getting ready to say this, it makes no sense. Let's say they said, we need an outfielder to replace Jack Swinsky. We will give you Mitch Keller for Cedric Mullins. Straight up, you don't have to give up Westberg. But do you see the point of what I'm trying to say? Like I'm not saying I want to. I'm not sitting here, and for anybody that may be watching this stream, and I don't like that's not talking. I'm not saying I want to trade Cedric Mullins, but I'm saying what I'm saying is we have a prospect that is clearly ready to be in the majors. So it could, in theory, make sense to trade Cedric. Supposedly. He supposedly can replace it easily. Like, isn't he hitting almost 400 in the minors right now? What? I know what the problem is. You just bought a Cedric Mullins jersey and you don't want to think it's a collector's item. I'm kidding. Okay, so I was all on board with trading Mullins because you're making room for Cowser, but now you trade for Bellinger. What are you doing with Cow? That make I don't. Wait a minute. The Orioles are in third place in the AL West. Oh, I was going to say I'm confused. Like, did I miss? Yeah, this game makes sense. Raise your hand if you think this game makes sense.
These Orioles put together some really good at-bats in this game. There's a lot to like with how they're approaching chances at the plate. Really made that opposing starter work in this one. His pitch count on, they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
That's because the fact is, if we trade Mullins, he's going to bring back the biggest return. You know, but because let's face it, all due respect to Hayes and Santander, they're not Cedric Mullins. I was surprised you didn't even. I don't even think you voted on my poll I put up the other day about pick your center if you had to choose Cedric Mullins. Now, granted, two of the players you never saw play that I put in there because I was naming the center fielders from my youth. I said if you had to pick in their prime, Adam Jones, Cedric Mullins, Mike Devereaux, or Brady Anderson. And I honestly don't know who I would choose. Well, yeah, even my buddy Matt, who is close enough to my age to have seen all four guys play, even he said it would be a toss-up between Jones and Mullins. Honestly, for me, so first off, it's very hard for me to choose one because I love all of them for very different reasons. But if I had to rank them, I would probably go Cedric Mullins, Adam Jones, Mike Devereaux, Brady Anderson.
On the ground to third. Throws to first. In and over.
Oh, speaking of Adam Jones, or speaking of Cedric Mullins' arm, okay, I agree with you that he has accuracy issues, but his arm only being a 69 overall is criminal in this game.
Now it's going to be Nick Senzel. Not the best swing that time from the first round pick.
Well, let him tell you the trade first. I mean, geez.
Just misses the target
Oh,
inside the zone.
go the hell. That does. I mean, you know, when you tell me that deal, because there was a long pause after you, like I thought you were just going to say Jordan Westberg. I was about to say maybe, and then it was like, and Jack. I was like, no, because I mean Tanner Houck, I mean is a fairly young pitcher, has some value, so I could sort of see the first part of that. Like it was just a 1-for-1, yeah, maybe, but
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. That was a pretty good pitch. Took all the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger. Patrick stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Bounce to third.
first off, well, I mean, obviously we've made trades with the Red Sox in the past. Teams try to avoid trading in the division if they can. So the fact that these 2 trades that you told us have been with the Blue Jays and the Red Sox is slightly unrealistic. I mean, like I said, there have been. I mean, some teams will not like. I'm trying to think when the last time like the Mets and the Yankees did a trade with each other, and the Red Sox and Yankees.
And that will end the inning. Nobody left for Cincinnati. They trail in this one 3-0. Buck Farmer will take over here. This could be a pretty critical point in this game. He's the guy to keep him within striking distance.
Hey,
First off, frame is fouled off.
Gabe, do you remember Jose Batista? Hello? No, I'm just. Do you remember him? Do you know the 2 teams he was with for about? He was with 2 teams before he got to the Blue Jays. He went through two other teams in the span of about 2 weeks. Both teams cut him. And then, do you know who those 2 teams were?
And there's a rocket into the outfield.
Do 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 do.
First baseman.
One of them was the Orioles. The other was the Pirates.
Misses and it's nothing in 1. Pitches outside.
Oh, he went to the Rays and the Pirates and the Royals too.
Here's a 1-1. Little chopper rolls foul. Cowser aboard here at first with nobody out.
Yeah, because I knew we had him for like a week. We waived him because he couldn't field at third base because we tried to play him he came up as a third baseman.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
Wait a minute. Where did the Oakland A's come into this? I'm very confused. Well, see, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't tell us that. Okay, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anymore. Because oh, Ryan O'Hearn, I forgot. Wave it bye-bye. By the way, because you weren't in here when this all started, Gabe, the reason he's messing around with the Orioles is he's doing a career sim for Jackson Holiday. Or this is still your career sim for Jackson Holiday, right? Okay, because you jump around so much, it's hard to keep track sometimes. Like sometimes, like I told you this, and I say it respectfully. Sometimes you say stuff in Amos's chat, and I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? One thing I've learned. You mean pectoral? Words are a thing. Oh, Hearn, oh, Hearn. Don't feel bad. I know people that live in Minnesota that hate Minnesota. The last time Minnesota was in the ALCS, you two weren't even an itch in your parents' pants. Yeah, they don't go through New York. Well, they won the season series against New York this year for the first time since 2001, I think. Go on Twitter, pull up Rockabako. He always posts a lineup. Who is? Come on, Baker.
His head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Line drive caught. And here's the first baseman, Joey Votto.
Oh, Major League Baseball would love that for ratings.
Next pitch is popped up. Orioles pulls it down, and that is that. Reds strand a couple. Still looking at a 5-0 deficit. New arm into the game. Righty Joe Cornell.
Oh, her.
Pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it. He's going to stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
And he grounds one back up the middle. And he can't hang on. He decides to eat it, and he reaches safely. Ryan McKenna, the next to hit for the Orioles. On the ground to third. Has some trouble with it. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Back-to-back base hits. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage. You just want to be
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Now at the plate, Clayton Kershaw.
Here's a prediction for you. He'll go 4 2/3, give up 7 hits, 4 runs, strike out 4, with 3 walks.
And it's 1-1.
Huh?
Right side. Oh, looking to stop. The throw. India toss to second. Out to first. Safe. So they get it. Really nice try there. Into the box for Baltimore. Ryan O'Hearn.
I'm a coal train. Oh, the game started.
And he swings and misses at the initial offer. Henderson. At first, 2 out of the inning.
I'm telling you, Buck Showalter is going to get fired.
Outside center field.
Montematas.
On the run. And that is that. Oriole. Now at Oriole Park. We go to the ninth. Now Spencer Steer. And that one fouled off.
Would you say he's doing some things we didn't think he could do?
Fastball, a cutter, and he works in a changeup. And he'll jump. Puts it in the air out towards left center. This looks like extra bases. Now he tries it to second. Safely. It's a double, and his second hit.
Good two-strike hitting right there. Been a good start for Summers. Nicely done to beat the odds. It's just a textbook double into the gap. When you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn before. It's just an excellent swing.
And that misses off the outside edge.
I got I got so mad at my friend one time. He always, like, he was always telling me how he's beaten teams 14-2, 14-1. And he saw my record one time and he says, "I don't know why you struggle so much." And I said to him, "Well, what skill level are you playing on?" He says, "I play on rookie." Why? I hung up on him. I was like, "I'm playing on Hall of Fame. Talk to me when you're at least playing on All Star." And then looking. Oh, I'm not picking on anybody that plays on a lower level than me, but then, like, because here's the thing. Now, knowing that you play on veteran, if you were sitting here saying to me, why am I 12 games under 500? I'd be like, jack up the skill level and talk to me when you. No offense. You know what I mean?
Next to hit for the Reds. And he's got it. Use 3 pitchers to combine for the shutout.
You start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Guys start hitting up and down the lineup. You never know who's going to come up with a big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and make a big difference, but it's a good feeling to have the will to extend it.
5-0 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shaw. Thanks for joining us.
Miguel Cabrera?